Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to look at wiring a plug. Okay? Simple sort of task for some people. However, there is some people who don't know how to do it. So I'm hoping to change that and you can follow me along step by step. So what we're going to need, guys, is a new 3-point plug like that. The old one might be damaged, broken, missing, hanging off, whatever, but we're looking at replacing the plug today. Okay? You'll also need a Phillips crosshead, posi driver, whatever you want to call it. Some wire snips. You can use a Stanley knife to strip the wire, I don't recommend it. Just get a pair of snips, a couple of quid from the local shop. I've inserted the strippers in here because I use these. It is an option. Not a lot of people carry these, so I appreciate that. And of course the wire what we're connecting onto. I'm only using this piece as a demonstration. Right, if the plug is damaged, broken, hanging off, it may be a case of just unscrewing it and replacing the head like for like with the wiring. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to assume that the wiring is damaged, so we've had to cut it back and we're going to start afresh. If this is not the case, just forward on to wiring the plug up. So with the new plug, as you can see, they all come with the information on the front, where the wires go once cut. So it's a good job, good practice to keep hold of this, because you'll need to refer to that, if you don't know that is. So we're going to start by releasing the centre screw, which holds the cap on, okay? Just get your Phillips in there, unscrew the screw, taking care not to drop the screw, lose it, put that away safe to one side for now, okay? Then you can separate the lid, like so. Okay, next we want to undo the holding bracket just there. This across here, this holds the wire in place, nice and snug in the plug. But we do this by unscrewing this side here. We take one completely out. Okay. Again, put that screw away. Don't confuse the screws because they are slightly different. As you can see, the screw for the bracket, it zooms, there we go, is different to the head screw. That's the head screw, and that's the clamp screw. They are slightly different. Okay. Next, undo the other screw ever so slightly. Just so we can get that out with a bit of movement, a bit more. Like that, there we go, perfect. You see that? Just enough to get the wire in. Now we're going to look at the cable. And we're going to start by snipping around the outer sheath, like so. Very gently with your snips. Okay? Now take your time doing this, there's no rush, because you may go through the cables inside, and we don't want that. Okay, you may need to bend it and break it off like that, and then you just pull that off. Okay, you can throw the old sheathing away. So if you've never done this before, you may want to insert your sheath into the plug like so, just so you can gauge where your wires are going to go and how much space you've got. Okay, now obviously if you're more experienced you won't need to do this. Inside your plug head, if you can see, the light's not very good, it will show you where the wire goes. So as you can see up here, you've got earth, which is your yellow and green wire. You've got neutral into this one, which is your blue wire. And you've got your live, your brown, going into your fuse. Okay. Next we need to align our wires up. Obviously these are too long to go in there as they are, So we know brown goes into the fuse, so we're going to snip that just there. Just indent it slightly so we know where to cut it. We know the earth goes up here, green and yellow, so indent that wire up there. And we know the blue, neutral, goes to this one down here, so we indent that one there, like that. It's always good practice to indent more than you need. A little top tip is it's always easier to cut away more wire than it is to add, because obviously if you want to add more wire you're going to have to start again cutting the wire. So now we're going to cut our wires where we indented them, like so. Okay. So what we need to do now is strip the wire, roughly 10mm. Now this is what I mean by the wire strippers. I'm going to get that in there and pull, just to expose the copper. As you can see, that was very simple, that's why I like to carry a pair of these. What we're going to do now is twist the wire, like so. The reason we twist the wire is just that there's no loose copper in the plug. Obviously that can cause more damage than what we need. And as for the strippers, wire snips, sorry, just going to indent around the wire like so with a gentle bit of pressure. There we go. Just going to strip the wire. Like so. And again on the neutral. Again with the wire snips, slight indentation around the wire, bit of pressure and strip. Like so. We're always taking care to twist each one. Now when you're doing this, it's always good to make sure you've allowed enough wire but not too much wire to go through the entire terminal, because we don't want that. There we go. Okay, now we're going to insert the wire into the plug. Okay. So we'll do this by moving that out of the way first of all. I'm going to go for the live first because it is the shortest wire. And you can, to make things easier, you slightly raise the terminal out of the plug by pushing on one of the pins. Okay, but you don't want to remove it completely. And then we're just going to screw it back into place, like so. Can be a little bit fidgety, so just take your time. There we go, that's that one in place. Next we're going to go for the neutral, which is around here. You may need to add a few more twists onto the cable because they will catch. Here we go. It is always a good practice to give the terminal a slight tug, a slight pull, just to make sure that the wire's in. Yep, it's not going anywhere. Next we're going to go for the earth, the yellow and green terminal. As you can see, I've raised the terminal out to make life easier. Brilliant. There we go, guys. So always make sure your wire is depressed within the plug and out the way of the screw holes. We can then move our clamp across, making sure that our wire is within the clamp, and then inserting the screw from the other side like that, back into the clamp. Always make sure that you have caught the clamp. You can feel it, but turn it back, have a quick look and make sure it's within the clamp. Okay, we can tighten the other one up. There we go, that's nicely in there, that's not coming out. Again, double check the wires, make sure they're not going anywhere. Everything's pushed down, and then you can go ahead and put the cap back on. Now, it may be that your lid doesn't sit right. See, there we go, that's it. Mine's okay. Mine's on, all flush, all round. All flush, all round the plug. If it doesn't, it may mean that you've caught a cable inside. Not a problem, take it off, adjust the cable and reattach the lid. Then we're going to put our fixing screw back in. There we go. So there we go, guys, all done. You've attached a plug. It's that simple. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe because it does help, and I hope I've taught some people something. I'll see you again soon.